everyone.
Hello, hello,
Wait for
hello.
one more.
We have done so much.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
big
It was
recap.
So big.
2.5 years of playing, and that was as fast as I could get it.
It's just
So-
bananas.
Thank you all for tuning in tonight for our second stream. If you want to catch up on our first stream after this, if you're just joining us for the first time, it will be posted on our Twitch channel, so you can check it out there. We're also going to post that recap that just happened before the video on YouTube, so you can check it out and kind of catch up. A very brief summary of what's been happening in our campaign. Brief. It's only like 17 minutes long. It's fine.
It's 21, Tim.
Okay. Okay. But you can check it out there to kind of catch up as we are kind of jumping into our campaign at level 12. Everyone is at level 12 at the moment. So, yeah, let's just dive right in, shall we?
I think we're just
Nope.
Lennon's having a little bit of technical difficulties getting in. Her computer isn't going through.
That is okay.
Also, Tim and I should probably talk a little bit. If something pauses suddenly, Tim and I have a sleeping 2-year-old in the room next door. Just turned 2 today. So cool. And also we have a cat who's an absolute asshole. So you'll probably hear her yowling in the background. But yeah, Lennon's going to be doing some troubleshooting and will try and join us very, very shortly.
Sounds good.
But in the meantime, do we want to just chat?
Should we, do we want to introduce our characters again?
Yeah, let's go around and introduce our characters.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Matt. Why don't you start?
Sure. Hi, my name is Matt. I play Kokanee Buckwild. I'll keep it super short, and I think we all should because Tim did such an excellent job summarizing all of us.
Good.
But Kokanee is a level 6 fighter, level 6 cleric, fights with a gun, and is the fiance of Neppy.
Cool.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Sure.
So I'm Em. I play Nepentha, or Neppy, as the party calls her. I am a level 12 tiefling grave cleric of Nepthisiket. Nepthisiket is one of the homebrewed gods that Tim and I kind of worked out together. And yeah, definitely a bit of a mom vibe within the party. So super happy to bring that every evening. Who's next?
Jenny. Oh
yeah, Jenny, take it away.
I'm just kind of going along the like how the video looks.
I play Yana Wildcloak, also known as Spooky Pants, because she wears quite spooky pants, which are more and more concerning every day. She has a familiar named Wiggles, who is an undead tarantula, and she is a gnome necromancer. She's kind of like, I don't know if your crafty neighbor also like to raise the dead and is super friendly. That's my girl. Yeah.
She just has a different definition of what crafts are.
Yeah. Crafts. I just like to fix things is really it.
Cool.
Sean, you want to go?
Oh, hey there. My name's Sean Deppner, and I play the Minotaur wizard Letters. Letters is a war wizard, which means he likes books and spells and stuff, but he also likes punching stuff. So he's not your granddaddy's wizard. Former gladiator, still loves. Hey, we got her!
Hey!
Welcome
back. Yeah, gang's
Excellent.
all here.
Highlight of the stream right there for me.
Woohoo.
Yeah, Letters. He's a guy. He likes a good fight, likes a good book, and he loves building his personal brand.
Alrighty. Lennon, you want to go? Describe your character. Oh,
Super brief, Len. Oh, she can't.
Oh, great. She doesn't have.
Right.
She can't hear us. So why don't you take it, Adam?
Yeah.
All right. Well, hi guys. As you just heard, my name is Adam, and I play Finan Aganis, who is a young warlock, often a little over his head, just looking to do the right thing, and sometimes that leads to dangerous situations. But he's a little more level-headed now. He's 6 months older than his starting age in this campaign, which was 15 and a half. So he's 16 now.
Sweet baby boy.
You know, a little naive, a little excited to be out on an adventure. That's Finan.
Lennon.
Are we introducing our characters?
Yeah.
Oh, we got him.
Oh.
Those technical
Oh,
difficulties.
she's in.
She's
Guys,
in.
technical issues. Psh, we got it.
We got
Fine.
it.
Never even
We're
happened.
pros.
Never seen it.
Am I introducing Kelly? Sorry, is that what I'm doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Sorry. I say Callie is loyal, fun. She's sometimes chaotic. The life of the party, and super protective of everyone. She loves and knows.
What's your race and class?
I am an Aasimar, and I'm a paladin of vengeance.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. So let's just dive right in. So
Let's do it.
last week, the party came face to face with some kind of spectral guardian appearing after an attempt was made to cast a necromantic spell. After an Nepentha was rendered unconscious, they fled the room of Palor in a hidden chamber known only as the Study, a room dedicated to Ioun, only to be followed through the arcane doorway by the spectral guardian intent on eliminating the source of the necromancy. They managed to dispatch the creature and were able to find a bit of respite in the Study. This chamber contained a vast library of coded tomes, as well as a magical ledger capable of gifting prized information, but at the cost of some of the writer's own knowledge being sacrificed. After some trial and error and a new language learned, Blackwater learned the locations of the remaining seals and that only 4 remained intact, and 2 of those in the hands of Velsoom. After some much-needed rest, the party pushed on, only to find the room to Bahamut void of any danger, as its 2 massive platinum guardians had seemingly been dispatched. As they carefully moved into the final chamber where the Raven Queen herself had been interned, they only found a cracked sarcophagus and a figure hovering above it, bearing a familiar broken mask, curved blade, jagged metal crown, and extended metal wings, who introduced herself only as the Matron of Vengeance. So as you stand before this large obsidian walkway, you look up and you see the figure floating, having just thanked you. What would you like to do?
Is there like a reasonable path to get down, or are we just kind of like up on a ledge?
You've come up into a landing in this large chamber, and before you is a large obsidian pathway that's probably about 100 feet in the middle of this large floating lake of blood.
Okay. Neppy's gonna take a look around the party. I think we have to talk to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to take the lead?
Me? Oh, right.
I mean, you're the you know gods, and that is one.
This would be this 3rd or 4th god we've met, right? Neppy kind of steels herself for a moment, and I start walking. I take it like one last look at Kokanee, hold his eye line for a moment, and then I'm going to keep a walk. I'm just going to turn and I'm going to walk forward down the obsidian pathway.
All right. So you get closer. You get it within about 60 feet before you hear the voice again. Who comes before me?
Neppy would kneel down. I am High Priestess Nepentha of Temple Philenis. I serve the goddess Nepthisiket.
The usurper. What are you doing here?
She sent me to come here. She called me to come to you.
Why?
When we spoke before, when I communed with you, it was very clear how angry you are, with every right to be. I wish to help right a wrong.
Very well. Do you vow to seek out revenge for me?
Tim, would Callie hear that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can all hear it echoing through the chamber.
Your Grace, I follow Nepthisiket, but I believe that She and your aims are identical. Your vengeance does not lie with Neptisiket. It lies with Tharizdun.
Yes. Once I have exacted my revenge for those that orchestrated my death, I will judge the usurper.
We are on a path seeking to right the wrong against you enacted by Tharizdun, enacted by Isilus, who took your life in mortal form.
Do not dare to speak her name. And you feel this wave of energy kind of emanate through the chamber as the blood kind of like slams into the ground and then shoots up, creating almost walls beside you on either side of the obsidian platform. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone?
No, just Nepentha.
First
Guys,
roll of the
apparently
night,
the video is a little choppy. I'm working it out.
Figure it out.
I'm trying.
Adam,
trying
fix
real
it.
hard. Trying
Okay.
real hard. So we'll see what I can do.
First roll of the night, guys.
Natural 20.
Ooh, that's a 12.
Okay. You feel as the blood kind of rises, you feel the blood in your own head kind of pound. 17 points of necrotic damage. As you can feel kind of blood start to drip down from your eye.
Neppy doesn't flinch at all.
I shall take my revenge, with or without you.
I would like to give you a name.
What is the name?
The person you should exact your revenge on. The person that I seek to exact punishment, judgment on. He has likely gone by many names across the last millennia of his lichdom. His name is Malsav Bakal. He goes these days by King Velsum. He, along with many others, seek to bring back the chained oblivion. He was the one who destroyed the first seal, the Hand of Io. He is the one who likely corrupted she who took your life. And Neptisiket created this tomb in your honor and took a bough of the tree of life and replanted it to uphold the balance that we so desperately seek.
You have been heard, and I will take this into consideration when the one you follow is judged.
Thank you.
Farewell. And you see her metal wings extend almost 20, 30 feet out as she rises up above the sarcophagus as this, once again, the blood kind of splashes up around her, creating this cylinder swirling through the ceiling. You can hear as it rises up through the ceiling and comes slamming back down. You can see the supports throughout the chamber kind of start to buckle as loose debris starts to fall as the cavern begins to start to crumble around you.
Oh, no.
You can see about 60 feet ahead of you at the foot of the sarcophagus, there is a crumpled figure. You can now see kind of tattered robes. It's difficult to make out.
Do we have a pathway between here and the sarcophagus?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to run towards that figure. I'm probably the closest one, so I'm going to run over there.
The god is gone, right? She bounced?
She bounced.
Yeah, she starts to run. I'd start running over.
Yeah.
I'm going to run after Neppy as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you all run towards Neppy, you arrive at the broken sarcophagus, and you can see it is empty. There is kind of like a thick layer of dust on, kind of surrounding the ground, and you see before you a crumpled figure, somewhat light blue skin, no visible hair, large hood pulled up. You can see there is a small pool of blood next to it. There is a bag attached to its shoulder, as well as there looks to be a sword lying next to it on the ground. And you can see underneath its kind of over cloak a kind of bluish, like dark blue and gold trimmed like mantle.
Any religious iconography on it?
It does seem to have a pendant around its neck that looks to be a raven skull with several raven feathers and what almost looks like a golden feather in the center.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to stop the stream and restart the stream. Apparently, like the video, I'm looking at it now, it's real choppy. The FPS is all fucked up. I think maybe doing the share screen at the start maybe kind of lowered some of the fidelity. I can't figure out any other problem it would be. So I'm just going to stop it. This chat will continue for us, but the stream will stop for 2 seconds. So everyone on the stream, stick around for like 2 seconds. It'll be right back. I'm just going to stop it and then start it again. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. It's bad. It's like,
oh no.
Okay, so I'm going to set us back up again. All right. Let's go on a stream. Fuck.
Are we back? How we doing, Adam? Are we back?
Yeah, we're going.
Awesome.
Let's play some D&D.
Let's play some fucking D&D.
How's the fluidity? Are we fluid? I feel fluid on my end. Is it fluid for you guys?
I feel very fluid.
Is it hitting?
I'm moving with the proper amount of frames, I think.
I feel like I've got the frames. I don't know.
It's
my first time, so I'm just sort of feeling it out.
Feeling real framed over here.
I'm sort of
the frame rate is way better.
Okay.
Hey,
awesome.
we're back. Thank you for sticking with us through.
Thanks for sticking with
us.
us.
Frame rate. If you missed any of that, basically Nepenthe spoke to the Raven Queen, or the former Raven Queen, now the Matron of Vengeance, as she took into account what she told her about her betrayal, and then left the chamber, causing the structural integrity to start to collapse as they ran towards the sarcophagus as a figure lied before it. So what would you like to do?
That was a really good recap because I'd missed all of that while trying to fix things. So I was like, I had no idea what was going on. I was just like panically trying to fix things.
It definitely was a little more impactful than that, but whatever, it's fine.
No, it sounded really good when it was happening, but apparently the audio was fine. It was just the video.
Okay.
Great.
So everyone got the audio except me because I was focused on something else.
Okay, yeah.
I would love to search the ground around this guy for a broken coin, because I believe that was the seal that we were looking for.
Make an investigation check.
Hell yeah, that's what I do.
While Letters is doing that, I'm going to take this guy's bag. I'm going to just put it in the bag of holding. I'm just going to start taking things and putting it in the bag of holding.
Sorry, what'd you get?
17.
17. You do find clutched in his hand a broken silver coin.
Love that. Pop that in the pocket.
Yana, yeah.
Can I look for a way out while he's doing that?
Sure. Make an investigation or make a perception check because you're looking around trying to find a way out.
Like, how collapsy is it getting? Like,
it's starting to collapse. You can see the stone pillars are starting to buckle, and large chunks of the ceiling are falling down into the blood pool.
Okay, I'd be searching for an exit as well.
Okay, make a perception check.
Good, because I got a 12.
12. It's hard to see. You can see there is now debris falling onto the walkway. You can't see any out to the edges of this chamber. It's quite large.
Do we want a plane shift?
Worst case scenario, yes.
It's 7. Oh, sorry, not 7. It's +7, so it can't be a 7. It's a 15.
You also the only kind of path that you can see is back the way you came, but even that is starting to look more treacherous as boulders are falling and kind of bouncing off the obsidian pillar.
Is this dude alive? When I
he does not appear to be alive.
Is he cold?
He's still somewhat warm to the touch.
Oh shit! I feel like we should take this guy. Do we just want to bounce out of here?
We'd have to put his body in the bag.
No, I can just carry him, right? I mean, he's a thing now. He's an object. He's basically a nice scarf, right? That's how the rules work. With the hopping, the plane hopping.
A bit more reverence for the dead letters, but yes, technically.
I have a really nice scarf, and I'm very excited to show everybody who can, explain the gods and stuff. Okay, we're ready to
We should
bounce.
plane shift out. We have to go.
Yeah, real
We have to
quick.
go now.
Just gonna take a look at this coffin. What is it? Sarcophagus.
Sarcophagus.
Just if she left
Okay.
any fun goodies. Is there a goodie bag for us?
Are we tomb looting now?
Yes, 22 on the investigation.
Okay.
Oh god.
But with
You-
reverence.
You
No
go.
reverence.
Looting with reverence.
The ceiling is falling.
You peek into the sarcophagus, and you can see it is basically empty. You just find one small metal raven feather, but that is it.
I love that. It's mine.
As you snap it up, you all take hands. What are you doing with the body? Are you sticking it in the bag of holding, or are you
It is
gonna wear
my
it like a
scarf.
scarf? Okay.
I'm gonna wear it like a scarf.
Okay. It does require attunement.
The
The
body.
body?
I'm kidding. You thought I was fucking serious.
I don't
you
know.
gotta
Maybe he's a
attune to that.
magic item. Fucking Kokanee is like half robot.
Let
like anything's
go.
possible at this point,
Let's-
Tim.
Can we all join hands?
I'm
please?
just
We have to
like
go.
a little
Where-
robot.
Are we going back to the boat though? Like eventually, right?
Callie will have to bounce us to Saral and then bounce us back to the boat. We promised Captain Shade that we would take them back.
Yeah, because those folk are dead without us.
But let's talk about that later.
Oh
We have
no,
to go.
my hands are in. Let's go.
right.
Whenever you're ready, Callie.
So you all take
Yeah,
hands.
Hollywood.
I grab
Yes.
Clack. He's coming.
Yeah, dude, I'm right here, man. I have not
Oh,
left your
great.
side. Do not think you are leaving me here. As you all grab hands and Callie invokes the spell, you can feel that similar sensation kind of swirling around you as your stomach kind of sinks. And then you kind of feel yourself floating for a second as you arrive in the plane of air at a familiar temple to Akkadi. Once again, you see some kind of acolytes like, "Ooh," and they kind of scuttle off. Somewhat familiar now. You've been here a number of times and pulled this trick a number of times. They're somewhat more
Announced
aware.
almost
As,
every time.
as
Don't mind us, folk.
a
We're
couple
just-
minutes go by and Chi flies down, the high priestess at this temple, as she kind of greets you. Hi, you're back.
Our apologies. We did not think we would have to.
Yes. All right. We'll
I
have
start prestidigitating all the dirt off of us.
Things took a bit of a left turn,
Yes.
and this was our out.
Yes, that always seems to be the case when you arrive here, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Very well. I'll have the chambers ready for you. Should you need anything, just let one of the acolytes know.
Thank you, Chi.
Mhm.
Your hospitality is very appreciated.
Limitless, yes. She kind of strolls off. Oh, and she kind of catches for a second. She turns back. Next time your tiefling friend, Quark, was it, is around, let him know that his instrument is ready.
Of course, I will call them shortly and let them know.
Wonderful. She kind of strolls off, and you head in the direction of your the usual chambers that are kind of drawn up for you, the kind of guest quarters that are in this temple.
Do we wish to meet for a moment and discuss what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's talk
I'm
about
not
it.
leaving.
So many things.
Let me just put this guy down.
Perhaps we're not in public now, are we? We're in like a.
Did we go inside? I'll drop
Can
this
we-
guy anywhere.
About 15 minutes goes by, and the acolytes kind of beckon you over, like your quarters are ready. So you're able to kind of step
that
into
is-
a private
can you-
room.
Can you bring him into my quarters, please? I would
You-
like to
Bet I can.
investigate him, please.
And I waddle this dude over.
We should probably get Chi like a gift basket, right?
Yeah, I was thinking, like, do they take
We should
tips? Would that be
probably-
insulting? Like, if we give them money, is that like, no, we do it for God and stuff? Like,
I sort of think we maybe
We should
want
probably
like
visit them on an off day.
we should maybe just get like a summer home here that we can
Yes.
teleport to instead
Yes.
of having to stay at a temple every single time.
We
'cause
should-
I think
I mean, Kokanee and I could stay here as priests, and that would be generally considered fine. But we should get a summer home potentially.
or do they have like taverns in the elemental plane of air? Like, can we just
You're not 100% sure.
can we
You have
sleep on a
seen-
cloud? I bet the beds are so soft.
You have seen in the temple there are kind of a few smaller buildings outside of the temple to Akkadi, but they mostly seem like quarters for the acolytes and things like that. You do know from going over to the island that hosts the cloud giants that there does seem to be places to eat and drink that the giants kind of regularly visit. So yes, there are taverns here.
Perhaps before we leave tomorrow, we investigate that. But I look like I have a bit of work to do. Can I do like a medicine check on this guy? I want to figure out how he died, and also if I can discern his race.
Make a medicine check.
And while she's doing that, I'd love to rifle through all his pockets.
I'm gonna give Letters the bag that I took, and also everything that I took off of his person. I'm also gonna cast guidance on myself as I make this medicine check, wherever all the heck of my D4s are. Okay, here we go. Oh, that is a natural 20 plus 9 plus 3. That's 32 on my medicine check.
Okay, yeah. You kind of roll him over, and you did notice the small pool of blood, and you can see there is a small wound just kind of below his sternum. It doesn't look like something that would normally be a fatal wound, but as you kind of inspect it closer, you can see that it does actually pass almost completely through his body.
Gotcha.
But it doesn't seem to be any damage on the cloak behind it. It's just almost as if something pierced it and then dissipated within the body, and you can see the skin around it. It's kind of like lightish blue skin. You can see it's almost charred and blackened, like out from there, and you can see the veins kind of also blackened, kind of as they sort of spiral out.
Is it look similar to kind of like when I cast Blight?
Not quite the same, as it doesn't seem to have an effect over the entire body. It's just sort of localized to this area on the body.
Are you saying
but
he has like black veins?
Almost. It seems like
like spiderweb sort of thing?
Somewhat, yeah. Just localized to the area, though.
I think I know what that is.
What is it, Finnan?
There was a feller down at the docks got struck by lightning once, and he had that all across his arms where all the discharge was. It kind of looks like kind of that.
Is that what it looks like, Tim?
It's somewhat similar, yeah.
Okay. Perhaps you're right, Finnan. I don't think I've ever seen anybody be hit by lightning before, so this would be a first for me.
And also when shit went south in Wulfar, there was that big lightning bolt, big yellow one.
Right. You're probably more correct than any other ideas I have at this point. What race is he?
You are not sure. He is not. He looks like very somewhat alien. His skin is somewhat pulled taut, but not in like an unnatural way. He looks quite old, but the features are not anything you have seen or come across before. There is somewhat of familiarity with the light blue skin. You've seen some genasi that you've come across have similar hued skin, but his ears are somewhat pointed. And like I said, he's completely bald, however, so you're not right. Exactly sure.
Right. He could be genasi, but I'm not sure. What are your thoughts, Letters?
Well, I'm just looking through all his stuff to see if we find anything neat on his person or in his bag.
What was your investigation check?
That'd be a 19 there,
oh,
Tim.
Yeah. So you find a number of things. As you kind of take off the overcloak, you can see his mantle looks quite stunning.
His mantle?
The mantle he's wearing. It's kind of like a cloak. It's like a half cloak.
Oh, okay, nice.
And it looks quite beautiful. And you can see there are kind of faint arcane runes sewn into the embroidery around the edges. The sword that he had at his side, you can see is a rapier that looks to be somewhat angled, and you can see that the blade comes almost to a jagged tip, and there does appear to be an inherent arcane essence to it. You can see as you kind of hold it, you can see kind of small crackles of electricity kind of radiate up to the tip, and you can see there is kind of lightning iconography on the handle. I can see you all giggling on the tip.
Lennon is being a shyster. Lennon's being a little shyster in the chat.
In our personal chat.
Right on that tip.
We're all 5 years old.
I mean, and you also find in the bag, you find a small serpentine owl figurine, just a type of stone. You find a ball that's quite heavy for the size that it is. It's quite small, but it feels quite dense, and you can see it's almost as if it's a number of kind of rusty, like iron bands kind of bended over each other again and again and again. And you also find a large book that looks like it looks inscribed with some like arcane words, but it also you can tell like the drawing on the front. There's like a piece of art of like it looks like a man lifting weights, just like doing a big old overhead press.
Sounds like some letters shit right there.
And so I'm going to cycle back to
And
but
you also find the amulet that he's wearing also looks, you can tell, is like has kind of a natural magical essence around. Like as you look at the skull that's in it, it is a raven skull, and you can see there's almost like a faint shroud of black energy kind of just wafting off of it.
Fascinating. Now this Strong Boy book.
As I watch
Strong Boy Wizard book.
Can I read the runes on it? I flip it open. Are there more pictures of strong boys?
Yeah, you flip it open, and it is just page after page after page of strong boys, strong women, strong boys, lifting.
Is it a fucking like Maxim?
Is it educational?
It does look educational. It looks like as you kind of flip through it, you get the sense that if you were to read this and follow the guidelines, it may teach you something, or you may kind of gain something out of it.
Okay, I love that.
Can I take a letters? Is
can I read what it's written in? Sorry, we really got to sort out this Strong Boy book. I'm sorry, nothing else can happen until letters gets to the bottom of the Strong Boy book.
It is written in common.
Oh, I
but
love
you can
that.
tell. Like,
does it have a title, Tim?
Yeah, it does. It does. Of course, it has a title. It's a book. It has a title, and the title is.
Read a book.
It's called Swobolds.
And sorry, just to follow up on that, who is Swobolds written by?
It's
have an author?
It's written by a collective.
Oh,
yeah, it's written
Does
by
it have a publisher?
the Arcane Flexors.
Yes. Okay. Great. All right.
Is it by any chance written in Sylvan so letters can't?
No, it's written in common. We
It's written in
established
common.
this.
It's written in common.
While Letters is busy flipping through his new project for the next however long.
Well, I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to cast Identify. I'm going to be like,
Sure.
this is all really important stuff. I'm going to take back to my room. Please knock. And I'm going to cast Identify on the cloak, the sword, the fucking ringed ball, oh God, so many things.
The amulet, and
the amulet,
the owl figurine.
the owl figurine, the feather that I grave robbed, and the book, just in case there's some magical swollenness in Swobolds by the Arcane Flexors. So I take all my stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah, he looks dead to me. I'll tell you what all this is about in like an hour and a half.
Okay. So, while he's identifying, does anyone want to do anything, or do you want to skip ahead?
Hey, Kokuni.
Yeah.
I take my goggles off. Can we do some blind training again? Attack me.
Yeah. Hold on.
Now?
Finn, hold on. I think we're in a church right now.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair. I just got excited because I was
I'd love to. Why don't we figure out about the dead guy first, and then if nothing's required of that, we'll do some training for you.
Sure. We don't often get downtime. I got overzealous. I'll wait outside, and I just walk outside.
Okay.
So you kind of wait patiently as letters cast identify on everything. So the mantle is the Time Shifter's mantle.
Ooh.
I can read exactly what all these things do, or I can just send them to you.
Send them to
Send them to
I
him.
will send
No.
them.
Send them to Sean, and he gets to decide whether
Yes.
or not he
So
shares
fair.
them.
So fair.
The second item, the sword, is called the Charged Rapier.
Fucking
The-
Matt's eyes just lit up.
Someone
The-
just
Rapier,
lost a
you'll
rapier
say?
a
The-
game ago, so
The amulet is called Death's Shadow. Yeah, dog. The owl is just simply known as a serpentine owl, but you do know that it does have magical properties.
Mm-hmm.
The ball are iron bands of Bolaro.
Iron bands of Bolaro.
Mm.
And the Swobold tome, you learn, is actually a manual of gainful exercise. So after being read, will increase your strength.
Ooh.
I will send that to you, Sean.
And I will do with that information what I
Yes.
like.
As you like.
Oh, anything on the feather?
The feather, you do get a strong hit of divine magic, but it does not seem to have any sort of magical properties beyond that. It just seems to be imbued with a divine essence.
Divine essence. Okay.
Mhm.
That's all I can get from that. All right, I'm gonna have to read these, and then convey them in character. So
Talk amongst
discuss.
ourselves.
Mhm.
Neppy would be still taking a look over the body, and she would look to Kokanee. This being deserves a proper burial of some kind. Will you help me with that?
what were you thinking? We are on a giant floating rock, so I don't know if burial is the best idea.
The term burial being relative, I suppose. I mean, we could go the traditional way of my people. We would do a ceremony for him and then burn him. Or we could potentially talk to Chi and see if there are any burial practices here that she wishes we would observe. She may also have an idea of what he is.
Do you know what the ceremonial practices of the Raven Queen were?
Neppy would know that.
Yes, it depends. There was not sort of a unified way of burial because it did kind of vary from culture to culture, and each culture would sort of adapt it to fit with the Raven Queen. But there was internment. There was also cremation. You get the sense at Manta, based on all of the urns in the walls, it was mostly internment via cremation. But you're not. There isn't sort of like one way that she is kind of known for preferring burial.
Perhaps another thing that I could do is, well, I guess it depends where we're going next.
I think we're going back to the boat.
Yes, but after that, do we go to Wulfreen? Or when we get to Icemeet, do we start chasing Velasum to Bacall? Perhaps you should call Finnan back. This might be a conversation to have with him as well.
Yeah, why don't we deal with the body now? I think whatever we're doing, we're not going to be somewhere else that'll be good for it for a few days. Why don't we ask Chi what they do here?
That's true. Cremation is always a good option, I suppose. So Neppy would look a little kind of distant at this point. Like her mind is not here at all. And she just kind of ambles out and goes and finds Chi.
Okay. It takes a little bit of time, but you do find Chi. She kind of is helping an acolyte with a passage, and she kind of looks up. Yes, Nepentha, how can I help you?
May I borrow a moment of your time, High Priestess?
Of course, of course. I'll be right back. She kind of walks over.
We have, as you probably saw, when we arrived, we have a body with us.
Yes, I
And,
did see that.
Rather than leave him where we found him, would you be as kind to advise me on your practices here on the air elemental plane with respect to burial?
Yes. Well, generally, we have hanging catacombs on the underside of the island.
Hanging catacombs?
Yes.
Would you allow someone internment there if they were not a denizen of this plane?
It is very unusual, but I don't believe it goes against our practice so much as no one has ever asked.
Well, I suppose this is me asking.
Yes, I suppose we can prepare the body for burial. All right, well, have him brought to the chamber, second floor, down on the right-hand side.
Thank you. I will leave his information there with the what very little I know of him. He was a servant of the Raven Queen, I believe. His name was Aegis the Displaced, and he guarded something most important, and I believe he gave his life for it. So it is my hope that he can be paid the utmost respect.
Of course.
A warrior, a hero.
Yes, very well.
Thank
very
you.
Well.
And Chia, before I bid you leave and let you get back to what you were doing, I know we pop in and out, and this place has become a refuge for us, and I hope that you take this the right way, but I feel comfortable here, as if it were a temple of my own.
Yes, of course. I was only joking before. You are always welcome.
A question for you. Do you perhaps recommend somewhere else that we could stay? I do not wish to keep imposing on you.
Well, you could stay over on the island of the Cloud Giants, but I will warn you, they are notorious swindlers, and they will take your money any chance they get. They love games and such, and are eager to swindle any passes through.
I believe I went over there one of the few times ago that we visited. I bought it. It is the equivalent size of a chandelier that now hangs in our house in Wulfar.
So, they are excellent craftsmen.
Yes. Well, if perhaps we shall stay there next time and not take up so much space.
I wouldn't. I would stay here if I were you, but that is your choice.
Well, we'll cross that bridge if we get there. Yes.
Of course.
Thank you, Chi. And Neppy reaches out her hands and kind of like touches her forehead to Chi's hands.
Bows her head.
Okay, sorry,
takes her leave.
Throughout all of that wonderful roleplay with Matt and M and Tim, Sean was making the loudest facial expressions known to human.
Yeah.
Like he was just like the whole time, just like voguing in the background.
So Neppy will come back as Letters.
No.
Right.
Letters will come out of his room and with his satchel stuffed full of
fucking Santa
all
Claus.
their ill-gotten goods. And would like to...
Sean, importantly, was your voguing a part of the somatic components to cast the spell Identify? Was that why there was so much?
100%. Any ritual casting, and this is now canon, that Letters ever does. Basically involves him drawing a circle and then just voguing the shit out of it for like 11 to 16 minutes.
He was a pit
Sometimes
fighter.
it only takes 11 minutes, but he gets kind of lost in it.
He's a
And so
showman.
sometimes he goes a little further.
It's amazing.
But yeah, Letters is going to triumphantly stride down the hall and say, Blackwater meeting, wrangle up, everybody, let's have a talk. Everybody,
The floor is yours, Letters. Go ahead.
okay,
Letters,
wonderful.
what's
Is
up?
everybody here?
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. We need to have a talk about reverence for the dead and how we feel about grave robbing. Who's pro grave robbing?
I mean,
I in my life have done a lot of grave robbing.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's a yes from Kokanee.
I'm becoming less pro grave robbing over time.
Think of your words carefully. I'd also like to introduce you all to the Scar, what do we call him? A folk hero called Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Was
He's a real
a
guy.
famously real dude. He was this crazy like sand giant who would just like every once in a while, you never knew when it was happening. He would just break into people's houses and leave things for them. And usually it was cool. Sometimes it was weird. But like it kind of became a thing. Like you were growing up, you'd be like, "Oh, I really hope Santa Claus shows up."
So he was so sneaky. So
Dude,
sneaky.
He was big, but so quiet.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
pretty impressive for such a
I don't
large
even
fella.
know how he got into
Yeah.
like. Do you remember that one year he broke into the Petch barracks?
Oh
like,
yeah.
You guys like come up to like halfway through his shin. Like
Yeah,
I don't
he
know
crushed.
how he got
He
in
crushed a patch. He crushed. He crushed.
he's
my
a
uncle's friend.
murderer.
Yeah, I mean it was an
Criminal?
accident.
But
I
was it a
mean,
good
yes,
gift at least?
there. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he was
what-
old and crippled, so he.
I mean, really getting rid of him was
Hold
kind
on,
of a
wait,
gift
wait,
unto
wait.
himself.
Was the only gift he gave the Petch the gift of death for that
I
one
mean,
Petch, and then he left?
I would say mercy, maybe. Because
Look,
I mean,
Santa Claus gives a lot of different gifts. My point is,
he would have been
this
fed to
time-
the spiders. So, look, life in the Scar was hard.
deeply merciful man. The point is, at this moment, I can be Santa Claus for all of you, or we can observe our high and lofty morals and take my sack of ill-gotten gains and entomb it with its owner.
Oh, no.
I have no morals. So
Letters.
That's not true.
There is a saying back
that is correct.
at Philenis. The saying is very roughly translated from Infernal. Or actually, you speak Infernal. And she just says,
What?
she says in Infernal because she thinks you can speak it now.
Mhm.
The phrase, you cannot take it with you. She says that in Infernal.
I'm sorry, what?
I say it again in Infernal, but like slower. You cannot take it with you. We were
No,
Letters, you can speak Infernal.
we were
I
chatting.
taught it to you.
We were,
Yeah, I can speak. Yeah, we spent 6 months, like, when we were just chilling before the wedding. Yeah.
Letters, can you say the phrase to me? My name is Letters in Infernal for me. Go ahead.
Come on, dude. You can do it.
You've got this. Letters, I've seen you speak Infernal. You've got this.
Letters, we spent hours
No, I
of
know.
my time.
I can speak Infernal. I just can't right now.
Oh, no.
Hey, Letters, when you read that book,
Yeah.
you said nothing happened, right?
Yeah.
No.
Nothing happened. Like you didn't lose anything?
That. Neppy,
Yes.
mortals, I mean, sorry, I'm a little flustered. Gods take mortal forms sometimes, right?
Of course.
So there is a world in which it is possible for me to punch Ioun,
No.
right? No? But if she's mortal form,
Is that our goal? Is that our new goal?
No, it's not.
might
It's
be.
not.
Well, that's between me and Ioun.
I mean, at the end of the day, Letters, it's your choice what you choose to do and who you choose to punch. But I think what I'm understanding is that you have, the study took from you the ability to speak Infernal.
Wait, so Letters lost a language and I just gained one?
I think so.
it looks like that's yes.
In any case, Letters, The phrase roughly translates to,
This was going to be the best Santa Claus break-in ever, and now it's ruined.
well,
Like,
it's still
I
a
was in such a... Oh.
Letters.
Yeah, no,
there's a saying.
please,
There's a saying in Wolverine.
translate
No. There's a saying in
infernal
Wolverine.
to me because I don't know how to say it, and that's...
There's a saying in
Just say
Wolverine,
the
and
thing.
it's just he doesn't fucking need it.
Essentially, yes. It is, you cannot take it with you. So Aegis the Displaced is going to be entombed in a catacomb underneath this rock. She has gifted him that at my request. So there will not be place for him to bring these things with him. So I do not think he will miss them.
Okay, in that case, sorry, let me shake that off. That's,
Letters also,
yes.
if you like, I would be happy to reteach you Infernal.
I wonder if it'd go faster the second time around. Here, tell you what, I've got some reading that I need to do, so we'll
Yes, of
cross
course.
that bridge in
Anytime.
a second. But so it sounds like we're all cool with grave robbing. That's
I follow Neppy's lead. She's the boss. So
I'm not the boss. I'm
you're the
not.
boss.
If
Nappy
Nappy's
is
You're
the
the
fine,
boss.
I'm
mom. The
fine.
mom's
you're the
usually the
boss,
boss of the
dude.
family. Like you're the boss.
Nappy's the
Yana.
boss.
how do you, we all got to be on the same team. What do you say, Yana?
The necromancer's obviously down.
I don't want to
grave
assume.
robbing?
Yeah.
I will say that the last time I took something that was not mine, I ended up with cursed Horcrux pants. So
Well, maybe this will turn that around. Check this out, and I throw her the owl. This little dude turns into an actual owl, a big one that I'm pretty sure you can ride on and talk to telepathically, because I know you love doing that with Wiggles. So get hype about that. But you get him, if you do it, you don't get him back for 2 days. So like,
okay.
if it's like, like take him out on a Friday, but then you don't get him till like Tuesday or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's
He
fucking
means-
cool.
He means the days of the week that I've
Does it-
translated into.
Letters
All right.
does it
That's
already have a
I'm
name?
trying to say
Lost the ability to
infernal,
speak
and
those
it's just
days of
not
the week
coming
as
right.
well.
Yo, Cokes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna throw this one because it's a sword. Let me just
I'll
hand
catch
it
it.
to you. Okay. And I throw the sword at him, blade first.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
Is Callie close enough to you for you to get the +4?
I mean,
Am
we're
I?
all just in a
I feel like we're
circle.
just
Yeah, you're
in
all
a
standing
circle in
together.
a room.
Yeah.
Then
Not
that'll
a far
be
throw.
a 18.
18. You just narrowly miss the jagged tip hitting you with a shin
In the shin.
as it kind of clatters to the ground.
Okay, well,
This little bad boy does all kinds of fun things.
all kinds of fun things.
Hey, you know how we're in that room with that lightning bolt? Kokanee, did you ever think to yourself, what if I, Kokanee Buckwild, were also a lightning bolt?
The thought has never crossed my mind. But that
Well,
doesn't mean
now
that I'm
you
not
get
intrigued.
to be. And I'll explain in great detail what this specifically does by sending you the deets, because it's a long one.
Do it.
Also, out of character, I saw Tim printing off these things before, and I was like, yes. I didn't see what they were, but I was like, things.
Yeah, it's magic items right here. Oh man. Okay. God, there's so many. I can't really decide who gets all these. But like, okay. So you know how sometimes people die, and that's a problem.
Yes.
Well, this little ditty, and I pull up the old necklace, the thing that was around the fellow's neck, the garnet, the death's shadow.
The amulet that looks like a symbol of the Raven Queen, yes.
That's the one. This little ditty. If you eat it, your soul sits above your body and can fucking fight on your behalf. And if it's like still alive after a minute, you pop back up again.
Oh shit.
So like, I don't know who should get this. I'm looking at Finnan. I'm looking at Callie. Look, basically everyone I'm talking to has died in like the recent past except me. So you guys figure out whoever's the most prone to death.
Are they able to do their magic and stuff? Because if it's one of the healers, they could probably heal
as far as I know, it's just a big old shadowy you.
That
That's
is
very cool.
Yeah.
utility-wise. If we get into a situation where we are all in peril,
Yeah.
having your cleric be able to heal themselves
Which
Agreed.
one am I right? There's two.
Probably me.
Yeah, you just want it because it's the Raven Queen and you like her.
She's just doing it for the aesthetic.
Well,
It really does match your whole vibe, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say also that, like, if it's something I have to give back because it's a religious relic, it would make sense for a priestess to be carrying it.
Absolutely, Neppy. To give back. And I hand her the necklace.
Thank you so much, Sean.
What do we got? There's just a couple more. This one might. Okay, who gets in trouble a lot? Who's like, oh, I've been hit by stuff, and I don't want to be hit by that. Yeah, I also feel like that's Yana.
Or Callie, I would say.
Or Callie. This one, who here wanted to bend time? Who's like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. That was dumb. Like, you ever just have immediate regret of doing something? I'm not sure if it works for social situations, but this little this cloak,
Like
this
half
fella
of our
had,
team.
yeah, you get hit by something, you're just like, nah, doesn't happen. You get to zip away, and your fucking person who just hit you stays put. I'm pretty sure that also might work for conversations. Like, oh, I said something stupid, then you just out. Like, anyways, it's a really good cloak. I got a great cape already, so I can't take it.
I would say the ability to move away from someone, an assailant, would probably make sense for Kelly. She's always on the front lines.
And Callie, you don't have a cool cape, do you?
No cool cape.
Right, cool cape for you. And then last
Also,
but not least, yeah, preach. Oh, you said awesome. Excuse me. I thought you said also, like, also here's some fun stuff.
I also heard that.
All right, so I'm having good. And the last thing, this little ball of iron rods, it's basically a cage that you throw at somebody. You throw it. It's like a Pokeball for humans or people or giants. For creatures, you can catch them. And I was thinking, honestly, who's really good at just like throwing stuff when we need it? Clack. I think
Honestly,
Clack,
yeah, I'm very good at that.
You've been doing really good with that Wand of Wonder. And
I would love another utility.
Me too. Right? Do we give Clack the Pokeball? Like,
well, Finnan is the only one who doesn't have something at this point. So Finnan.
Do you want the owl? Yeah, no, you can give him the owl. Wait, no, fuck, I lost track of who's got what. Look.
Kelly has the Time Shifter's Mantle. Sparky has the Serpentine Owl. Kokanee has the Charged Rapier. You have the Manual of Gainful Exercise.
That was just a book, like.
I have.
Yeah, you don't know that.
That's right. I don't know that. Sorry, Emma knows that. You have there's a book, and then I have.
If any of you guys want to look at the book, you can. It's pretty cool.
I'm all right.
I mean, I'd give it a read. I always love a good workout regime.
I mean, you do, yeah.
All sorts of different styles and stuff,
Yeah, no, we can totally take a look at it.
Awesome.
And Neppy, this feather is from the Raven Queen. It's magical as hell, but I can't discern in what way. And that you can hang on to that. I reckon that's, again, your aesthetic.
Neppy's going to basically like unwind one of the golden ribbons in her hair and just tie the raven feather onto it.
Dope. Magical item by your head.
I don't like how Tim said okay there. That made me nervous. Don't like that.
Because now I know. It's just, I'm just laughing it away.
No.
That was Clack. That was me. I just said okay.
So
okay.
Just to clarify, who gets what? Kokanee gets the cool lightning sword.
Yep.
Yana, she gets the owl.
Mm-hmm.
Neppy, you get the fucking save your life amulet.
Yes.
Callie, you get the cool cloak that makes you, when you make faux pas, you can take them back. And then Letters and I, we just kind of chill, yeah?
We share a book.
We share a book. I like that.
And we get to work out together, which is right.
I love that.
Right? I thought you would.
Do you want?
No, go ahead, Kelly.
No, you can have the cloak if you want. Do you want it, Finnan?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm good. I've got a staff and goggles and slowing, growing sense of like how to be a man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, good for you
Thank you,
Hell
Clark.
for
It's-
recognizing that.
Dude,
Well,
that
you know-
attitude goes a long way for getting
Yeah.
into the Gravel Boys.
Yeah.
That's why I'm really trying to
There's
focus
no greater cloak than the cloak of friendship, which I think we've all been given today.
Yeah, that's
There's
what
also-
Coolidge always says.
There's also no me in Gravel Boys, so
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah. Yes. I had to think about it.
We will.
Because there is an E, so we're just one M
Yeah.
down.
We will need
We
to
can
go
work on that. We can
back
spell it
to
however
the
we want.
shore.
Yeah.
Back to the boat. After we rest, Captain Shade will be expecting our arrival back, hopefully. And
Mhm.
to be honest, that ship is as good as dead if we do not sail home with them.
You know,
Oh,
not to
fuck,
be
we got to go through the fog again. Oh, this
No.
time at least we know how far we got to go.
not
Right?
to be negative about the boat, but you don't think like the Raven Queen like blitzed it as she like.
I mean, she might have.
I mean, I guess we'll only know till
And
tomorrow. We can send to them. We can be like, hey, just so you know, we can be like, how are you guys doing?
also,
Hope you're okay.
another seal has been broken. So,
Yeah.
Was that fresh? That was a fresh.
yes.
Fuck.
The coin that you have, that was the seal. And it was broken.
Did we know that was broken recently?
Before coming here, Nephthisicat told me the seal was safe in Wulfrine.
In Manta.
In Manta. Sorry, my
And,
apologies, in Manta, you're correct.
And Tim said the body was still warm.
Mhm.
Vaguely warm.
He was charged with its keeping and likely the upkeep of the Raven Queen's final resting place.
So in the time it took us to get from Wulfrine to Manta, Kokanee, your dad got there first.
That was to
Someone did.
the seal in Tor N. I saw Alamur at the seal in Tor N, but he didn't destroy it.
And who's heading up our way?
I think
Do you think it was the Raven Queen? Because
Yes.
her number one thing is to get at the Chained Oblivion so she can get her vengeance. You think she's wanting to break the seals to like?
I don't know if she would break the seals herself. It might have been an accident. The seals themselves are often innocuous, small items. So if the coin broke, perhaps when the Raven Queen's sarcophagus shattered, the impact of divine energy, or something happened with Aegis the Displaced.
Because it takes a lot of energy to break a seal, right?
Her return from wherever she came from, the place where she was.
Right. So like her coming back, big energy. Maybe just knocked out the fella, broke the coin. We didn't ask her about the coin. Maybe
No.
we should.
She didn't seem to have time for it.
Is it too late to ask him?
I don't do that, letters.
Can we talk to somebody who does?
There might be another cleric here who does, but it is against. There is designated priestesses in my order who do that, and I am not one of them.
But if we can get, do we want to talk to this guy? I'm just spitballing.
That would be under Chi's purview.
It would lead to some probably pretty useful intel.
If you wish for me to do it, I would have to ask first. The
Of
only
course.
the only priestesses who do it in my order are the Samad.
Let's see if we got somebody local who can do it and save you the trouble, right?
Yes, in essence, yes. Whether I do it or I witness it, it seems to be one and the same. If we're
I mean,
going
you
to
can take a walk, attune to your new amulet. It's chill.
take a walk. No,
I mean, you don't have to be there for it. Like, I don't want to get between you and
No,
Big
let us
Neppy.
Big Neppy. No, give me. It would have to be tomorrow morning that I, if I'm to ask this, if Aegis, what happened to him, you'll have to give me some time. But I could do it tomorrow morning if given permission. But I have to ask first.
Okay. I mean, we're not going anywhere tonight because we got to let the thing charge.
A minute
So,
recharge. Yes.
yeah.
All right. Well, I can let you know in the morning, perhaps.
Okie doke.
Yes. Is there anything else that we wish to do while we're here? She mentioned that there could be places to stay on the island of the Cloud Giants, but actually she said she would prefer, or it was to our benefit for us to stay here in the temple. She extended the offer to have us stay here if we wanted. No need to get a summer home unless we wish to.
I mean, I like it here. They got a library, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
Sometimes you just got to get away, you know. It'd be lovely for a summer home.
Yes. Perhaps at some point we can all get a summer home here and spend more than a night or a day up here.
Though I wasn't there when she talked about the Cloud Giants. Never mind.
I think I might turn into my prayers for the evening. It has been quite a day.
True that.
Finn, shall we go practice?
I was born ready.
Take the
Come at
goggles,
me.
Finn, and take the goggles off once we're out of the church.
Come at me.
Okay, put them on. Let's go. Come on.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So, Neppy, you head in to prepare for your evening prayer.
Yes.
And you lay out your incense and your kind of prayer mat as you prepare your spell.
I'm going to cast Commune. I'm going to do the full thing.
Sure. Okay.
Unless there was something you had coming first.
Nope. That sounds great.
Okay. Neppy's going to do kind of like the full, like we're doing like the full ostentatious ritual, shroud, everything, incense. She's also going to use the, like have her face covering and like have the amulets of the Raven Queen, her new, the one that she was given by Softly.
Mm-hmm.
And then also her new amulet and then her holy symbol kind of arrayed in front of her. She's going to cut her hands, have her bowl, and then basically kind of like lie herself down in supplication and begin prayers. Okay. Thank you, Your Grace, for showing me the undergrowth first, allowing me in, and keeping us safe throughout the tomb. I have a few questions for you, and of course, would relish any guidance you have. I feel quite untethered. I feel quite lost, and I am craving going home. I wish for the comfort of fearlessness and its walls. The world seems very big all of a sudden, and I wish to go home soon. But there is business to attend to first, as there always is. For my first question, did we see everything you wished us to see?
You see kind of a small cat kind of pad out of the darkness sitting in front of you, just at the edge of your mat, out of reach. Its golden eyes look up at you. You hear a voice emanating from the darkness. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I felt the pull through that entire temple. Tomorrow, I'm sorry to have to ask, and I know there is no summit here, and a summit is too far. Will you grant me the ability to perform the last rites for Aegis the Displaced?
You see the cat kind of stands and arches its back and sits again once more. You may.
Thank you. I know it is. These are desperate times. Of course, I would wish for more circumstance and ritual around it, but we do what we need to do. And finally, my last question for you. If you would grant me any insight into it, it would bring me such a peace. Did you build it? Did you build the tomb of the Raven Queen in its entirety?
You see the cat kind of stand, kind of pad a bit closer to the side of the mat. Kind of sits, rests its head down. Yes, I did. To atone.
If I can ever be as wise, have something to look to as a bastion of my own faith, it is that. Thank you, Your Grace.
The cat kind of stands up and scampers off into the darkness, out of sight.
Yeah. Neppy would continue with her evening prayers, not missing anything. Yeah, she would go full evening prayers that evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you continue your prayers throughout the night, you can hear noise from outside as Kokanee and Finnan are practicing their blind exercises. And why don't we take our break there before we get into that?
Right on.
All right, don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to just pop up a thing. Hopefully it doesn't jank up the internet real hard. But yeah, thanks for watching up until now. We're going to be right back pretty soon. So
See you soon.
See you shortly, guys.
take it easy, guys. All right.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
Hello.
welcome back.
Hello.
We are back. We're gonna make sure that this doesn't chunk out, and I'll keep an eye on the stream. Make sure it looks nice and smooth. If you guys have any issues, please let us know so I can try to troubleshoot that.
Just
But,
checking in with Lennon to make sure her.
Oh,
There we
hey.
go.
There she is.
Come back. All right. So, as I said before, you can hear the kind of the jovial sparring coming from outside as Finnan attempts to practice his blind fighting.
Come at me, Kokanee. I can take it. Ah, Kokanee, you hit too hard. That really hurt. Oh, mate. Oh.
Finn, I am not called by many people a strong man.
Don't know, but you used your new sword and it really hurt. That's really sharp, man. Oh,
Finn,
There's a bit of blood
bleeding.
just on the edge of the jagged
okay,
tip.
Okay, I cast heal wounds on Finnan.
I mean,
Yana,
I said give it to me, but like take
Okay,
it
you ready?
easy.
You ready to go again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there
I
a
will-
window?
Yeah, there is kind of like a high up small window in your chamber.
Okay.
I mean, you can't see it because it's in blackness. You
Right.
cast darkness.
Okay, I'm gonna attack now. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, and then I'm gonna like half-heartedly attack at him.
Okay, make an attack roll. If it's only half-heartedly, it'll just be a straight attack roll. It won't be an advantage, even though he's blind.
Sure. Well, with a magic rapier, that'll be 18.
How well lit is it?
You can't tell you're blind.
No, but it doesn't matter for me. It matters for like how I get hit.
It is dark. It's night. It's
It
evening.
doesn't hit then.
Hey,
So-
that was pretty good.
Ah, yeah. Ah.
Okay, you ready for another one?
Hit me. Don't hit.
Okay.
Well, try to hit me.
I'll swing at him again. Just like calm, nice and slow swipes.
Okay, just another attack.
Yeah. That'll be a 24.
That will hit.
You just slam into him. You're going non-lethal, so it only does one hit point of damage, but you feel it kind of slap across your back.
I'm good.
Little faster next time on that one, hey?
For me, not you. You were fast enough.
I know. I'm going as fast. Why are you doing this?
Well, so my sight is entirely dependent on goggles,
Sure.
which can break. And also, we sometimes find ourselves in rooms like that crazy furnace room, which was anti-magic. And so there's a lot of situations lately where I have not been able to see. And I want to, be some use when
Okay.
that occurs.
What sort of strategies are you using to be able to sense where things are coming from?
I
Check the
mainly
location.
rely on luck.
How? I'm just curious, and
Hence the training to not just rely on luck.
okay. So what else are you relying on then?
I can't tell if you're trying to lull me into a false sense of security so you can get me good.
He totally is. He's
Oh,
coming for
Clack,
you.
I know it. I'm ready for him.
Finnan, if I wanted to hit you, I'd hit you.
All right.
You want to try again?
Bring it.
Okay. And I'll swing at him again.
Okay. Are you going like full on? You're gonna hit him?
No, God, no.
All right.
I'll just
A straight
Just
attack.
spew me through the chest.
He's so not ready for that. That'll be a 19.
19. Does a 19 hit? What's your AC?
That is.
That hits, yeah. So as you go to dodge out of the way, you do hear it coming through the air, but you fake the wrong way as it slams into your shoulder.
I'm fine. I'm good.
I'll go over and pat him on the
Through
shoulder, and
it.
I'll cast Cure Wounds on him again.
Would Callie hear all this happening?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no!
Callie's-
Don't hear.
Callie's gonna go outside. Be like, can I help?
Is this revenge, Lennon? Is this revenge for me being invisible and shooting you? Is this
No,
my comeuppance?
I don't know who Lennon is.
Is that Callie? Is that
It's
you, Callie?
Callie. Yeah.
Listen,
Are you ready?
you can no. On one condition, you can help.
Yeah.
Take off the necklace.
The
pendant that makes you a little more reckless than usual. Because I don't want to lose an arm or a hand or a foot or just any limb.
Yeah, you should pass it to Spooky.
Okay.
Sweet.
So
I've
as you
been
take
sitting
off,
here yelling things that aren't helpful. Also,
as
like
you
look
as you
out,
take
over
off
there.
the amulet, you can feel as you unattune to it, a wave of almost like sobriety comes over you as you do kind of realize the effects that it was having on you as you kind of come to your senses somewhat, not too much, but you do sort of feel a renewed sense of responsibility and kind of wash over you that is a little unfamiliar.
Oh my god, Lennon's had that feeling before.
So moving forward, just because again we're trying to train my cat-like reflexes, my blind cat-like reflexes, can I shoot back at you?
Yeah.
All right, bring it on.
Okay, I'll be the lifeguard. I'll go sit down. Just to make sure no one gets skewered or falls off the earth or something.
Okay. Callie, are you going like full on?
No.
Okay, you're going easy on him, so just a straight attack then.
That's an 18.
18.
Just hits.
Just
That's my
hits.
armor class.
So as you kind of as you go to take an easy swipe at him, as he you can see he's going to move backwards, but you just adjust enough that you kind of hit him in the side of the ribs with the flat side of your sword.
I'll get better at this, I swear. And then can I shoot just one Eldritch Blast?
Sure, I'll allow.
Yeah. And I'm assuming it's disadvantage.
Yeah.
All right. Where are my dice? There are my dice. Ooh, okay. That's a 25.
To hit, yeah.
That is.
I can't non-lethal this. It's 9 points of force damage.
So as you kind of
Yeet.
slam him in the ribs and kind of laugh, you just feel this blast of eldritch energy slam into your stomach.
Did I hit you?
Yeah, you ready?
I didn't hurt. Go. Sure.
Okay. Callie's gonna attack again.
Okay.
But this time she's not attacking fully, but she's gonna go twice.
Okay. So make 2 attack rolls.
That's a 19 and an 11.
I would say the second one, this is Tim's decision, obviously, but I feel like the second one, because Finnan wouldn't be expecting it. He's been getting hit one at a time.
Yeah, so the second one can be an advantage.
Probably advantage.
4.
4?
Or no.
So the highest is 11?
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't hit, so I get hit by 1.
You get hit by 1, and then you hear another incoming swipe, and you instinctively duck as the sword kind of swings wide over your head.
I'm going to shoot up just 1 blast and be like, Kokanee, are you back in it?
No, I'm sitting over here.
Well, that's a natural 1.
You're doing great, Finnan.
So, as your Eldritch Blast streaks out,
Oh no.
not realizing as an acolyte has come out to check on you,
Oh, it's not me.
No.
you see this Aarakocra, who looks somewhat like a sparrow almost, kind of walks out and is just slammed in the head and knocked back into the wall, and you see just kind of slumps down onto the ground.
I sprint over there.
You kind of be,
Yeah.
Did I get you, you sneaky bastard?
I cast Cure
no.
Wounds at 2nd level.
You didn't get me. Put your goggles back on, Finnan.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you all right?
No.
I'm fine. I just came to tell you that supper was ready.
I'm so sorry about this.
It's fine. You know there is a training grounds just around the other side of the temple.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't, and I'm really sorry. And we'll move over there.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest. I did. I'm really sorry. This is
You've
on
been
me.
here before. I've seen you.
Callie, can I have the cloak? Give me the cloak really quickly, please. Give me the cloak.
Yeah, wouldn't you
And
have
that's not how the
to
cloak
do
works.
it?
I put the cloak on. I'm like, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. That didn't happen.
So you just teleport back 15 feet. Well, you weren't even hit, so nothing happens.
And also not attuned.
Yeah.
Not soon.
Shit. And I give it back to her. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Just so you know, I'm gonna go back inside now.
Thank you for letting us know about dinner.
Mm-hmm. As he walks back inside.
So, guys, maybe we should move this to the training ground day.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably a good idea. That's on me. I forgot. Sorry.
So, as you move around,
I did hit him.
We should maybe go get dinner. They made it for us.
Can I have the talisman back, Spooky?
Sure.
Okay, so you take the talisman back, begin reattuning to it. And that sort of wave of responsibility just melts away.
Oh, yeah.
As you continue your training for a bit and then head in for a meal, is there anything?
Neppy would come down for dinner if she was notified. Yeah, Neppy would come.
You
down for dinner.
come down to the familiar spread of ground up bugs and other kind of pastes, as well as a sort of nice platter of berries. As you kind of are used to it at this point, but still a little grossed out by the bugs.
I'll have a berry.
Yeah, berry's delicious.
I get into the bugs. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, they are
cultural eating, baby.
They are crunchy. They are nutty, and a little spicy. Some of them.
Oh, this one's a little like bacon,
but also just like terrible texture. So weird. Like crunchy and then big squish.
Oh. Yeah. Wow, that was so much goo.
But you have your supper. Letters.
Letters is gonna skip dinner. He's had the bug buffet, and he's just gonna have whatever fucking rations they had. And he's gonna stay in the library, and he's gonna read up on liches. Return to those books he was looking at before, and see if there's any information that he can get that ties the chronology of those three liches together. Nice. To confirm his theory that they're all the same gentleman.
Okay.
Such a good idea, Sean.
Make just a straight intelligence check for me.
Thinky brain. That's going to be a 17.
Okay.
Nope, 16.
Okay. So as you read through, there aren't specific dates around these liches. A lot of them are kind of second or third hand accounts of sort of folk tales, but you do recognize that it, based on the some of the empires that are mentioned, they don't seem to be at the same time. From you don't know a lot about material plane history, but in some of your reading has kind of given you a base knowledge, but you don't know much about when they talk about Coal Wreath of the Divide. You don't really know anything about the Divide, and it seems to be a place of kind of ongoing battle, and not much is sort of written about it that you've come across, and you do know from maps you've seen it is on kind of the other side of the world.
So a different continent.
Yes.
And that's where these accounts are from, or
that particular account, Coal Wreath of the Divide. The stories are from kind of a collected stories from a traveler who had been to the Divide.
Okay.
Kind of gathered this information.
Any connection between Malsav and Jexar in terms of their behavior? Were they like Lad the Impaler? Were they putting people in sticks or shit?
What you read about Malsav was that it was the sort of legend goes that he was kind of a folk hero to a lot of people, and in the city, the former city of Amonkhet, which is now in ruins. But he was a kind of folk hero to the sort of working class and lower class citizens that were ruled over by an emperor who appeared to be quite cruel. And his desire for lichdom was to protect these people and kind of raise them out of their situation. Jexar seemed to be quite a reclusive figure, having constructed a kind of fortress for himself, for his study, and apparently spent many years kind of holed up there, and would often send out traveling adventurers to fetch things for his study, which does somewhat sound familiar with what you know of Kokanei's history around retrieving artifacts.
Did they say where this fortress was?
It does not mention where the fortress is.
Where are these tales from? Is there a geographical region?
Yes, they seem to be from... Yes. This
I love when Sean goes full letters. It's great.
Is farther south on the same continent as the Amonkhet. So Kotona is the continent, so it's farther south beyond the Burning Sprawl.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's it for me.
Okay. So you all can finish your supper and head to your quarters for the evening. Is there anything else you'd like to do before you rest? Yeah.
Wait, one more thing. Did this fortress have a name? Like, if I was to head down to, say, south of the Burning Sprawl and ask around about a fortress, is there one that it should be called?
Not that you're able to find in this kind of collected reading. It doesn't appear to as far as this person, like the stories that this person collected, he could not find them. He couldn't find any reference to it on a map. He tried to seek it out, but he could not locate the fortress himself.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yana, yeah.
Yana would find Neppy at some point, just like a quiet moment, and ask her, this may seem like a stupid question, but how are you doing? That was a lot.
Yes. Quite a lot. I think I'm all right. I have more faith in my goddess than ever before, knowing her sacrifice and what she did. It was nice I spoke to her in prayers before dinner, which was quite grounding. I am feeling the call to go home, though, more than ever. I believe it will take us there soon, but I'm not sure when. But I'm all right, I think. Are you okay?
Fine, I think. I don't remember the whole almost dying thing, but
Probably for the best.
I don't usually eat the bugs here anyway. I don't want to offend Wiggles, but I have an extra, aversion to the bugs, and I can't quite explain it. But no, I'm fine. I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
I appreciate you asking. I knew that whatever was held in Manta would be a lot, something to process, and write about. And you've likely come in. If you've come into Neppy's room, there's probably just books open in front of her, and she is just writing things down and jotting things down in her journals, I suppose. You'd see that she has her stack of journals is probably, oh gosh, there's probably 35 or 40 of them of journals that she's been writing in.
Checks out.
Yes, so it will be a bit of catch up for me, but I will be all right. I think as long as you all are alive and safe, then I will be
Trying.
fine. I'm actually quite glad that I told you everything about what happened to you, that you don't remember it. It was quite a sight to see. Kokanee saved your life.
That checks out also. He does
Yes.
that a lot.
He does.
Well, if you need anything, you know where we are. And Wiggles, who's been hanging out with her almost inseparably since we got back, gives his little hat to you.
Yana, I know Wiggles and I have had a bit of a standoff relationship since we met.
Likes you, I think.
Pardon?
Likes you, I think.
See his front two spider legs just go.
Neppy just extends her hand
Oh shit.
to him. If you wish, Wiggles.
Uh-huh.
Reach out with this dude. Shake your finger.
And
Right.
Yana hear Wiggles inner monologue.
Yeah, of
Jim,
course.
can you provide us that inner monologue?
It's finally happening. It's finally happening. Oh, I love making new friends.
Oh my god.
I don't know if y'all seen Sesame Street, but Slimy on Sesame Street is a good reference point.
Neppy would take off because she's got 40,000 gold rings on her fingers. She would take off a little ring that would probably sit on her pinky finger, and she
Oh my
would
God.
just place it on top of Wiggles's head, a little gold ring on top of his head.
He's got a little tiny crown now. And he goes,
Yana's doing this. She's really happy.
and all 8 of his eyes just blink, blink.
Terrifying.
I hate that.
His
Though
undead eyes.
it's just undead eyes. Though I don't know
Howdy.
if he'll be able to be out at Philenis.
Probably not.
I care for you, Yana, and I care for him. So. Oh, I think we lost Jenny's audio.
Oh.
I couldn't hear you, Jen.
I said that means a lot.
Oh, we got it back. All right.
He's really happy.
Neppy just kind of extends, it puts him back on your shoulder. I will be here if you need anything.
Okay, so you all bed down for the night, and sleep finds you comfortably in a familiar, nice place. It does feel a lot more restful than the last few times you've rested. Dreams come easily, and they are not as mean-spirited as they have been. As you wake early in the morning, to another plate of food set out just outside your chamber, you kind of hear a soft rap at the door, letting you know that it's there. What would you like to do?
I think it's time we go make sure that ship is okay.
First, I got permission to speak with Aegis. If we have a moment, perhaps.
Should we figure out before we talk to him which questions we want to ask? Because we get what, 5?
5. Yes, he also
Alright.
does not have to answer us truthfully if he does not wish to. He also does not know me, so he is under no obligation. I will bid him as a charge of the Raven Queen, acknowledge his position, I suppose.
We should all probably not be wearing his stuff when he sees us, right?
I was just gonna ask: is he aware of his surroundings, or he just can only hear us? Because if he can see us and we're wearing all of his shirts and stuff, doesn't
It
look
is
great.
almost like his vision will be tunneled at me. He will not be able to see any of you. I would recommend you all stand on the other side of him.
Right.
And it is not life. It is a facsimile of life. We do this in our temple to allow the dead peace, so that they may travel or be gifted the transition by her grace, so that they may rest peacefully, or travel into whatever life they go on to next. There is a standard set of questions, yes, but I have permission to ask whatever we need to.
Do we want to discuss what those questions are?
I think that would be pertinent, yes.
Who
killed you?
broke the seal?
Yes, who killed you would be one. Or how did you die might be a better question.
It's probably a good one, yeah.
How did the seal get broken?
Mm-hmm.
Would we perhaps want to ask who charged him with protecting the seal?
I would
dig
assume
that.
that was Nepthesicat.
Why were you there, maybe?
Why were you there?
Yeah.
What were your purpose? What was your...
I feel like these questions we already have like kind of a half answer to.
Right.
There's only 3 we can ask, right?
5.
5.
Yes.
Pale or above.
Some of the dead like to talk, so we like to give them the option for 5.
Apparently. I mean, if we run out of questions, we can just ask, like, did you have a good life? And
Well, I think we start with those 2, and then let's give him his last rites. I mean, you know.
that is actually how do you wish to be interred?
I suppose, yes.
I mean, we'll see what springs the whole, you know, how did it break and who did it.
We can
True. That could
potentially
lead to more
start with
questions.
those 3 and go from there.
Sounds good.
All right. G, you have...
Yes? As you just happen to catch her walking by your open door. Sorry, what?
I'm assuming the entombment of the person I brought you yesterday has yet to happen.
Well, you haven't brought the body up to the 2nd floor.
This is very true. Right. Okay. Thank you very much. We will bring him up shortly.
Very well.
Thank you, Chi. So Neppy would... Where were we keeping him?
In your room.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Except
that's
for the
fine.
dead guy.
That's
okay.
It's fine. So Neppy would have like covered him in shroud, and I'm assuming, yeah. I didn't cast Gentle Repose on him though, so I can do this thing unencumbered. So yeah, I am going to, and this would be the very, very first time you've ever seen Neppy cast Speak with Dead. So she's going to perform the same ritual as you would have seen the young priestess that she mentored at the Temple of Nepthesicat in Wulfrene do. You actually would have seen, yeah, it's the same ritual we used when we spoke to Fildo Thorncage, when we brought his body back. But Neppy does it, I think it's the first time you've ever seen her probably look uncomfortable during a prayer, ever. Yeah, but she does it. So yeah, I'm going to cast Speak with Dead.
I have one more suggestion for a question, and this one is actually from the chat. So thanks, chat. Finny goes, "Can we avenge your death?"
Oh,
Good work, chat.
avenge him.
How do we justify that in character? What was
Finn
that?
thought of it because he's a very smart boy, obviously.
I'm wondering if it's interesting you speak of vengeance, Finnan. I don't believe that the Raven Queen is the Raven Queen anymore. She's no longer the Matron of Ravens. She's the Matron of Vengeance. I'm curious if he followed her and what he wished us to do about his death. Perhaps that's a better question.
Do you think maybe
Why don't we?
died willingly?
He might have. I don't know.
Why don't we get asking questions, and these will probably sort themselves out.
Sure.
Agreed. Yes. All right. So yeah, gonna cast Speak with Dead.
So as you cast the ritual, you can see kind of the body. You see it, Nepentha. The rest of you just kind of see her lay her hands upon the body, but you see almost the spirit as if it rises up out of the body as you hear this kind of, and you almost see it as if there's two images of the physical body and the spiritual body just hovering above it. You hear an exhale.
Aegis the displaced.
That is me.
I have a few questions for you. I am friend. I wish to do right by you as you travel into the next life. How did you die, Aegis?
I was struck by her, the matron.
How did the seal break?
As I lay dying, she struck me again, breaking the seal hanging around my neck.
What was your purpose in that chamber?
I have seen that chamber throughout the ages, but I keep the study. That's 3, right? 3.
That's 3. Yeah. Neppy would take kind of a step back for a moment. His purpose was to keep the study, the library we were in. I'm curious why he was in that room, but we don't have many questions left.
That seems relevant. I think we leave with that.
Yeah, okay.
I agree.
What brought you to be in the chamber when the matron rose?
I do not choose where I present in time. It has a mind of its own.
Displaced.
Mm-hmm. I know we wish to ask him how he was to be interred, but I believe a better question would be to ask him his overarching goal.
Or maybe ask him something like, if there were people trying to protect the seal, what would you tell them?
That's pretty good.
He must be the prime guardian, as Hector was. Aegis, if I am right in thinking you were the prime guardian of this seal, if you wished those who also wished to keep the seals locked, to keep Tharizdun locked away, what would you have us do?
You must protect them any way you can. He cannot be allowed to escape. He is the end. As you see the spirit kind of fade, and you watch as the elderly face before you kind of flickers to a younger face, and then again flickers once again to an even younger face, almost childlike, before flickering once more to a much, much older face as it kind of sinks back into the physical body before you.
Neppy would kind of close his eyes, and just kind of place a hand on his chest. Rest now, friend. You have done enough. He was the prime guardian of the seal.
So, to clarify, we are not only at odds with a millennia-old king who turns out to actually be a powerful lich,
2 millennia, technically.
but we're also at odds with the former god of death.
Yes.
The table seems stacked against us.
But those two also at odds.
The enemy of our enemy is for now our friend.
True.
If
But what's
she
from
were-
stopping her from just going to the Titan and just nixing him?
Obtulu in Claw,
Yeah.
I can assume she doesn't know where he is.
I mean, she's a
Well,
god.
I would assume she doesn't know where all the seals are, or else.
How did she know about Aegis?
Well, I mean, there was another seal in the room with her. She didn't murder
True.
me.
Yes.
True.
She also could have, if she was truly at odds with us, wishing to quickly seek her vengeance on the usurper, as she called my goddess. A good way to start that off would have been to kill me right in front of her. She could have taken my life right there.
Also,
I think-
we gave her a lead. We're like, you should check out Valsoon. He's a bad dude.
He's the one she will exact her vengeance on first, but I believe that she will hopefully, but I believe she will do that by releasing Tharizdun first.
Or
I think she wants to pick a fight.
her path to vengeance and killing Valsoon is carved through a swath of innocence.
He has, yes.
Also, another seal has been broken. We don't know what that means.
We have no
But-
idea what's happened.
I would posit that that ship might be in trouble,
We should go.
and that
We
we should
should go.
not waste time here.
Yes.
Do we have a contingency plan if we get there, the ship's gone?
Hang out and do this again.
We do this again.
All right. I'm going to summon the staff of Lauvin.
A question. Should I tell Philenis to prepare for our arrival? If we are going after Valsoon, we will be needing to go to the Amonkhet. Bouncing right into a call might not be our best bet, but we would have a place to start in Philenis, at least.
We got to sail these boys out of the fog, right?
Let's talk about it on the boat.
All right.
I agree.
Let's go.
Mage armor.
Armor.
Mage armor.
Okay,
All right, so you all.
I'm going to take time and I'm going to attune to my new toy.
I would assume you would have attuned to your new items through the course of the night before your rest. But you all take hands. And once again, that familiar feeling kind of hits you, that wave. Your stomach sinks as you feel you begin to float. It's kind of a tunnel appears around you, and you arrive back at the edge of the water of the Forgotten Expanse. As you can see now, you all kind of arrive. You can see before you a small kind of makeshift camp. You notice two things. You notice the sky above you, no longer that kind of overcast, full sort of gray. There is light peeking through, but you also notice that the light that is peeking through is tinged yellow. You can see the clouds kind of around you tinged a kind of yellowish color. You also can see that the fog is starting to dissipate.
The sky is tinged yellow, and the fog is starting to dissipate.
Where did we teleport to? My guess is like the beach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're at the edge of the beach, and you do see the makeshift camp, and you can see sitting there, kind of looking up, Captain Shade. Mm-hmm.
What's it sound like, and is there wind?
Yeah, good questions.
It is quiet, similar quietness at the moment. You do notice there is a faint wind.
Rad. Cool.
The sky is yellow?
Just a faint tinge of yellow, almost like it would be either at sunset or sunrise, as the sun is kind of peeking through, and that like kind of last moment before the sun dips down.
It would be about sunrise,
yeah,
technically.
It's
yeah, it's the morning of the 26th.
Mm-hmm. Very specific. For
Sorry,
those of you keeping track at home.
Guys, we have a calendar. I can make it available for if anyone wants to see it.
If you want to keep along with our calendar.
Shut up, Tim.
Yeah, guys.
Tim, it brings me a lot of joy.
Say we want calendar in the chat if you want calendar.
Hashtag
we want calendar.
Also, I like to think that Neppy probably also keeps a close track to her calendar.
100% she
Yeah.
does.
He has like a highlighted day planner.
Yeah. What do you think those journals are?
Gratitude journaling. No, sorry, the different character.
Different character. My other character gratitude journals. Yeah.
You see, Captain Shea kind of looks up. Well, it's fucking good to see you again. I wasn't sure there for a bit.
Captain.
What the hell happened?
But I think we should have this conversation on the little dinghy. I think haste is really key right now.
All right.
We're gonna. Yes. Is there a boat there?
Yeah. You can see the boat is anchored in the bay where you left it. As you see Terry, I will get the dinghy.
Yeah.
We love you.
I forgot how cool you were, Terry. Shit.
We love you, Sawyer.
I'm very cool.
Oh God.
It's so good. It's so good to see you, Terry. Clack, isn't it so good to see Terry?
No, dude, it's not good to see Terry. I fucking hate Terry. You know that. You know that, Coconut.
Can we get the hashtag we love Terry?
For everyone's reference, Terry is a ranger, is a gnome, right? And he's got kind of like a reverse mohawk with like curly hair. And I believe he's a Monster Slayer ranger.
Yes, he's a Monster Slayer ranger.
Played by the very excellent Sawyer Plato.
We love you, Sawyer.
Friend of the show. Right this way. Please get onto the dinghy.
Chat's turning against Terry.
Yeah, that's right.
We love Clack. Hashtag we love Clack. Choose now. Do you love Clack? Do you love Terry? Put it in the chat.
Team Terry, Team Clack.
It's not a competition.
It is.
It always is.
So, as you all load into the dinghy, you can see there was only the captain, Terry, and a couple other crew members on the shore. As you all load back in and head to the boat, you can see the sailors already as you start to sail back are getting things prepared, and the sails do catch a bit of a wind as you're able to kind of take that out through the reef that you came through. You can watch they kind of just manage to get through the reef with just some minor scrapes to the hull. For the most part, they head back into the fog once more. So,
Captain,
yeah.
When did the sky change?
I mean, I guess that happened maybe a day ago or so, maybe a little less.
What was the process there? Was it a sudden thing or sort of a gradual?
Well, we woke up in the morning and the sun was just, it was like the light started coming through and it was still overcast, but there was kind of a yellow tinge to all of it. It just recently the clouds started to break up.
So,
and it
by that
looked like there
measure-
was something happened over by the city, but it was too far to tell. It's kind of a rumble.
A rumble?
Yeah, there's a rumble through the ground, and we can see a plume of something, but beyond that, it's so far away, I couldn't tell.
Right.
By that measure, we arrived a little bit before she arrived.
Yeah, it was after you left. It was maybe, I don't know, maybe a few hours.
Did our arrival cause her to come back?
What do you mean, Villain?
I find it's strange that we turn up and like a few hours, that's right around when we were getting to the city.
I mean, the plume didn't happen over the city till, I don't know, last night.
So after we left, when she left as well.
Mm-hmm.
Finnan,
The yellow sky, though, was shortly after you left.
If I am to be believing what we saw in the room dedicated to Pelor, wherever spooky, we sent that very large creature back to, my sense is that's where she was. That is where Nepthisiket sent her to safeguard her. And when we sent it back, she came back.
It's strange that...
That's right, Tim?
You just see the captain go, sorry, what the fuck are you all talking about?
No, it's our apologies, Captain
It's
Shane.
fine. You know, you can catch me up later.
I mean, a place with things like that doesn't seem like a place that you send someone to safeguard them.
Well, where else do you send a god?
Callie, you got something to say about this?
Callie's gonna dip away for a second. Can she pull out her sending stone? She's gonna call command. She's gonna be like,
It's cool. Take that.
No,
Never mind, bye.
she's gonna be like, hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hi. What color is the sky? We're in Wolfrine. Is it normal?
Give me a second. It looks, it's, I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's a bit yellow.
The sky is a bit yellow?
It's slightly. You only really notice it in the clouds. It's strange.
That
Is everything
strange.
okay?
Yeah, we left the tomb. We blipped back to the air elemental. Now we're back on the boat.
You made it all right.
We did.
That's good to hear. I miss you.
I miss you too.
Well, it's a very ominous question. What color is the sky?
The sky is just yellow here. I wanted to know if it was yellow where you were too.
Should I be worried?
Not sure.
Is there anything you'd like me to pass on to Nissa or the Sun Speaker?
Well, did
you find the seal?
We found the Raven Queen.
Her body?
No, she was in a tomb, and then she came out of the tomb saying she's the Queen of Vengeance, and now the sky is yellow.
That's not good.
No.
That seems quite bad.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, I will. Can I let the council know?
Yes.
We will likely have to make preparations here, but I will let them know. We will increase the guards around the sealed rift.
Yes.
Please stay safe.
You too.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too. And Callie would come back to the group and be like, the sky is yellow, not just here. It's yellow in Wolfrine.
Well, that's a whole pile of shit, isn't that?
I should probably call Philenis also.
Yes.
See if the sky is yellow there. Are we like rowing back out to the big boat at this point?
Yeah, you're on the big boat and you
Okay.
passed through the reef, so you're just kind of starting to enter the fog.
I'm gonna cast sending to Hade. Mother Hade, the Mother Superior at Temple Philenis.
Okay, so you managed to cast the spell. What would you like to say?
Reverend Mother, the feathered mistress is risen, filled with vengeance and ire. Calls her grace the usurper. I am worried for your safety. What color is the sky? How is Philenis? I miss you terribly.
What kind of second goes by? Another few seconds. Kind of tensely await the reply. Nepentha, there was an attack. Abyssal creatures. We are safe for now, but I believe more are on their way. Please, we need your help. Sky yellow. And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Oh, you are a bastard man.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Feels
Well,
like
thanks.
it's about to finish it.
Thank you guys all so much for sticking around and playing
Thank you
with us.
guys.
I believe we're going to be playing next Thursday.
Yes, that's right. Same time.
Same time. That
8
is
p.m.
Thursday the 26th.
Standard Time.
Tim, I think the question that everyone is wondering
Yeah.
is, did we level up?
Yeah,
You did.
level up.
You did level up.
Hey,
now
level
level
up,
13.
baby.
It's the
Level
most
13.
the
Well,
most
lucky
important part
number.
of this game.
Yeah.
Guys, in the interim between now and Thursday, you got to decide: Team Clack, Team Terry, because we'll kill the person who loses.
Mhm.
That's a promise.
Adam,
a-
don't
that's a-
fucking say that.
It's an
Uh,
Adam Lucas
Adam.
guarantee.
Tim,
if
Finn and I will have Finn call the person who loses.
Tim, if you kill Clack,
You could not kill Clack if you tried.
Crack is never going to
Adam.
die, and neither am I.
Never gonna.
Adam, you kill Clack, Callie will kill you.
I'm willing to make that sacrifice.
Adam,
and then I will play Terry.
No,
Adam-
every new
No, I
character
think
Adam
Lennon
brings
will
in, I
kill
would
you.
just kill. Callie would just, you'd introduce a new character, Callie would be like, nope.
Adam, to be clear,
Don't worry, guys.
we hate
Yeah,
Adam
no,
is
I'm
now on
aware.
Twitch.
I just want to give a really big shout out
Twitch.
to our two amazing artists who have
Yes.
been just like amazing. A shout out to Listaker at Listaker, Lystacre on Twitter and Instagram. She did our original art that we commissioned in the summer. She is just a goddess and we love her terribly. And then also Tiana.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Mhm.
At miss._Marston on Instagram. Tiana, you are the best. I don't even know if she's still watching right now, but all of the new line art that you've seen, all of our kind of new character art and those amazing kind of overlays we're going to try and have filled in next week. You're the best, and we love you
Stunning.
so much, and they're stunning. And I almost cried when I saw the colored in version of Neppy this morning. So, thank you guys all so much for joining us. We love you all so much.
We'll
So,
see you
so
soon.
good.
Give us a follow
Love
if
you
you
guys.
enjoyed it.
Yes.
Yeah, if you liked
ahead.
it, give us a follow here at Twitch. You can
Yeah.
also follow us at Instagram at BlackwaterDnD. I think we have.
We also have an email address. If you
Yep.
have any weird questions you want to send over, can maybe answer those at the beginning of the next stream.
Don't send us
Can't wait for
weird
some
questions.
If you
weird-
want
Don't
to
send
delve further into this new hashtag that's trending,
Requests.
no. If you want to ask
Blackwater-
questions about this new
BlackwaterDnD, BlackwaterDnD, DN as in the letter N, D @gmail.com is our email address.
where you can ask us about this new hashtag that's trending, hashtag Terry and Clack are secretly lovers. Please send us all of the emails about
Terry-
that.
Terry Clack slash?
I
What?
want like a clack confessional of his
Yeah.
opinion on that also.
Oh, man.
I
Oh,
want all
man.
that.
Well, if we get to a place where we have a Patreon, I will make that available
Hell
at
yeah,
the
dude.
highest
Ex
level.
confessional, like
Um,
commentary on every episode, but clack.
if you guys have any questions
Yes.
for us,
Wait,
That's so
wait, no.
good.
Let's roll back because that's a really good idea.
Yeah, that's a
Clack's-
really
Can
good
it be-
idea.
confessional?
Should be Pet's
Clack's
confessional.
opinion of every episode from his perspective.
Mhm.
From his perspective, like what
Yeah.
happened in the episode from Clack's point of view. I love
Yeah.
that.
If you
Yeah.
support us on Patreon at
Guys,
$20 a month.
We also don't have a Patreon, so if we ever did have, we'll let you know if we ever get a Patreon. If you guys have any questions for us as like cast members about our characters or anything like that, please feel free to email those over or message us on Instagram. Happy to answer those for you. Maybe next week.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
Okay.
All right, love you all. Thanks,
Love you
guys.
all. Night, guys.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Bye.